Thank you, Chairman, and dear colleagues and ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to thank you for the Italian Trade Commission in Singapore for inviting me to participate in this conference, and I'd like to congratulate the organizer for such a wonderful opportunity to have idea exchange among the various scientific colleagues. Today, I will just quickly run through some of the work that we have carried out in Singapore. And nanomaterials technology, let me make a brief introduction, is a homegrown technology company in Singapore. We started our operation back in year 2000 in April. It's a totally privately owned company. So we are not a spin-off or linkage with particular academic or university. Our main focus is really on research and development, and our core technologies is in a platform we developed called high gravity control precipitation, where we exploit enhanced mass transfer to control nucleation of a particle. In that way, we synthesize nanoparticle, we tailor-make particle solution for various companies to fit their application requirement. Very often you hear about people making nanoparticle and nanoparticle product in the market, but our experience in the last 9 years is that a lot of companies, they really require tailor-made solution. It's very difficult to simply buy some particle off the shelf in the market and then try to fit it in their application. So seeing this need, our company fit into this particular requirement, and we provide tailor-made solution for this company. A little bit more background. Our company is supported by venture funding from private sector and government sector. We have about 30 people in Singapore Research Center, and we have another center in Beijing. We have about 20 people. So altogether, we have 50 people just focusing on particle design. And we also have a scientific advisory board from various industry leader of a leading pharmaceutical company. John Mitchell is the former global president for Pfizer, for manufacturing, Prof. Neumann for Merck Germany, Dr. Frank Fowler from Johnson & Johnson, Professor Kim Chen from University of Sydney. This is what we do. The technology platform that we develop is a very nice, simple device where we exploit gravitational forces by rotating back and enhance the homogeneous mixing, molecular mixing between solution stream. Through that way, we control the nucleation and particle growth event. We hold about 10 to 15 patents in this particular design. This technology already been commercialized. We have built a manufacturing plant. This one is our production plants for NPCC is nano-sized precipitated calcium carbonate. And with this manufacturing plant, we're producing 10,000 tons per year of nanoparticle. So the kind of technology we're talking about here is seriously industrial scale. And in terms of pharmaceutical, which is our focus for the past couple of years, this is another GMP pilot plant that we have set up with our pharmaceutical customers. As you can see, in this time around, the scale of the production is significantly smaller because in terms of medicine, pharmaceutical requirement for active ingredients is only in the scale of low tonnage. So as a result, the technology platform that we engage is much smaller. I was asked to share some of our vision in the near term in business opportunity in the nanomedicine area. And what we have seen is that for near-term opportunity, what we believe is make things as simple as possible. Because when it touch on medicine and pharmaceutical, there are many respective countries have very different authority and regulation controlling the commercialization of pharmaceutical product. In US, you have your FDA. In China, you have your SFDA. In Europe, you have another DA. Many different organizations. So what we experience is that when it comes to introducing new technology in pharmaceutical area, one lesson we learned, although not very painfully, but we learn from experience, don't jump into very advanced development right from the start. So what you see is our current commercial project with various pharmaceutical companies in US and Europe is mainly into the nanolization of pure active ingredients for the pharmaceuticals. And doing this, there's good reason to do that. Very simple. Just make in this case for solid oral dosage form, just make the particles smaller, not just small, but uniform. By making particles smaller and uniform compared to conventional particle like this, which is micron size, fragmented, you can easily improve the distribution rate of the active ingredients. I think for those in the pharmaceutical industry will know easily 60 to 70% of the current drug in solid oral dosage form suffer from poor solubility. So very simple, make it small, make it uniform and consistent. Then you will provide something new to the industry. And in this case, the process to get through various authority approval is substantially lower the challenge. In another case I would like to show you here is, in addition to making particles smaller and better soluble, you can also redesign the particle in terms of size and shape and crystallinity, polymer form, the way you want it to be. By just making the particle with much improved aerodynamic, you can help to deliver particles through the lung in a more effective manner. And this is by far one of the less investigated area in the pharmaceutical industry for inhalation delivery. And in one of the recent conferences, I think last year, one of my colleagues, that we worked in AstraZeneca, and they purposely pin out our material that we developed and highlight in his presentation that the deep lung area for inhalation delivery is probably one of the untouched territory in terms of inhalation drug delivery. So what we do here, we make the particle according to the aerodynamic diameter formulation, make it with a lower density, improve the surface roughness, and as a result, we can substantially improve the fine particle fraction that enter into the lung. I think some of the people involved in nanomaterial safety aspect has been continuously looking at what are the dangers or what are the impact of nanoparticle getting into the lung. And I think to pull a parallel analogy, you can use that concern to maximize particle delivery into the lung as well if you want your pharmaceutical drug to get into your in situ therapeutic purpose. Just show you one video here. This is in vitro equipment where people used to simulate how particle enter into the lung. If say it's very effective, then you see the particle go to the first, second, third, fourth stage, simulating the early, middle, late stage of the lung. And using our nanoparticle agglomerate, you can see particle go in 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a simple representation of the graph I showed you earlier. Very effective. If you want to, you go all the way into the deep lung. And so this is just some very simple manipulation of particle, and then you can go right into business with the pharmaceutical company in the near term. And but in terms of long-term development for nanomedicine, our view is actually quite similar in terms of the mainstream from a lot of academic, which is first more into target-oriented design as one aspect. Here we have developed magnetic particle using our technology in cooperation with the Johns Hopkins University. And where we develop particle, we've attached to a very specific receptor and then let the particle go and find the exact location of the cancer cell and then conduct your various treatment that you want it to be. It's not as straightforward just talk about making a particle, but or else it would be very easy to purchase iron oxide nanoparticle in the market. But we are talking about here the particle with the very specific dispersibility, with very specific crystalline structure that they respond into a specific magnetic field for heat release. So when you come to a complicated package of drug delivery solution, you need to have a tailor-made design particle, not something that you can just get out from the market. Another area we work on, this is one of our latest publication in advanced material. We make the cover story for advanced material in I think the last quarter for 2008 on one of our multi-layer design control release drug particle. In this case, we layer by layer deposit the particle into different zone and region, and as a result, we substantially improve the control release property of the drug. But having said that, I purposely pinpoint this kind of target release, control release design into a more long-term opportunity in the pharmaceutical industry, mainly because to demonstrate the consistency and the foolproof kind of manufacturing of such particle in order to satisfy the authority is really challenging. So this kind of technology is important to continue to develop, but for those colleagues that is like me, start a tech company, I would suggest don't put it as a #1 priority that you want to make some return back. It will take some time. And as I mentioned, this is just for those that want to learn a little bit more about particle technology in the pharmaceutical area, I would recommend this one review paper, quite recent, by one of the very reputable pharmaceutical college in India. Basically, they summarize the entire landscape for particle technology in the pharmaceutical area. And our technology in Singapore is also featured as one of the most promising in terms of mass scale production. I would also like to take this opportunity to introduce one other things about what our company do. Besides pharmaceutical particle, which is organic, our company also spend a lot of time focused on inorganic particles. I know there's a lot of coating company and electronic companies here. In terms of inorganic particle, our company very much focus on one very niche area, that is nanodispersion. And to be even more niche, we talk about transparent nanodispersion. That is to synthesize nanoparticles and make them so separate that they are monodispersed. With this monodispersed particle, light will not scatter, and as a result, you can see through. Over here, this is our product, and currently is collaborating with a company in Germany and US for application development in coating. And this clear bottle here have 30% solid suspending in it. And compared to some commercial product in the market, which is usually milky because of a dispersion problem. And this is just to show you making particles important, but disperse them effectively is even more important. Over here is a demonstration of the particle effectively dispersed from each other compared to commercial product, which is more fragmented and also agglomerated. We have a question from the audience before in a few conferences ago that they see is a transparent bottle like water, and they say, is there really particle in there? So we make this photo, just beam a laser through, and then you can see this light through it, indicating the laser light scattering. So yes, there is particle in there, plenty of those. Okay, and that's what I got for you. Hopefully 10 minutes time, and but I welcome any question, and now or subsequent to the meeting.